So ever since Netflix's Daredevil series, I have been hoping for a Spider-Man Daredevil team up, blend of these characters. Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin was genius casting. I love him as an actor. He is fantastic. Was my favorite part of Law and Order and Criminal Intent, Law and Order Criminal Intent. And but he's one of my favorite actors, and him playing Kingpin is fantastic. And I would love to see him in the Spider-Man world. But not only that, I would love to see the Daredevil characters as well, Luke Cage, that whole grounded New York heroes for hire team with Spider-Man. I think a crossover would be fantastic. Jessica Jones, the whole nine yards. But with that being said, it's tough with rights with Sony and so on and so forth. But it sounds like Marvel has some plans to do just that. Let's take a look. Okay, this is coming from superherohype.com. It says new MCU crossover movie could include Spider-Man and more beloved superheroes. Marvel heroes, excuse me. The next big overcross event in the Marvel Cinematic Universe after Avengers Secret Wars will reportedly be a proper adaptation of a major comic book storyline currently being adapted across multiple Disney Plus shows. In 2021, Marvel Studios reintroduced Charlie Cox's Matt Murdock Daredevil and Vincent D'Onofrio's Wilson Fisk Kingpin in the MCU projects Spider-Man No Way Home and Hawkeye, respectively. Kingpin's inclusion in Hawkeye was the start of Marvel adapting elements of Chip Zdarsky's Devil's Reign storyline into the MCU, with Echo and Daredevil Born Again continuing this narrative thread. Both the comic and MCU versions of Devil's Reign revolve around Wilson Fisk being elected mayor of New York City and outlawing superheroes. According to trusted insider Alex Perez of the Cosmic Circus, Marvel Studios is planning on concluding the MCU's Devil Reign storyline with a crossover team-up movie. I've heard the idea thrown around for the upcoming saga to feature a crossover team-up film that would serve as the epilogue of the Devil's Reign storyline that technically started all the way back in Hawkeye with the appearance of Wilson Fisk. The insider added the idea would be to feature street-level heroes from NYC affected by Fisk's reign of terror against vigilantes. And we would see the likes of Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Punisher, and more team up to take down Wilson Fisk and his enforcers in a final bout against the regime. And that said, the film is the current path for Spider-Man to be able to appear alongside these heroes. This is apparently one of the plans they have in motion to try and get these heroes to appear together. As Perez notes at the end, Marvel Studios can only use Spider-Man in its movies as Sony retains the right to the characters used in live-action shows. So if Marvel wants Spider-Man to be part of its Devil's Reign grand finale, the crossover will need to be a blockbuster movie and not a Disney Plus miniseries. Since the multiverse saga does not conclude until December 2027, when Avengers Secret War hits theaters, the earliest a Devil's Reign crossover movie could be released is 2028. Until Marvel Studios officially announces the Devil's Reign movie, fans can head to Disney Plus to see the storyline progress in the second season of Daredevil Born Again, which premieres on March 24th, 2026. That's interesting. So this is why this is interesting because first off, if I'm not mistaken, I remember reading somewhere where Vincent D'Onofrio said that his character couldn't be in a Spider-Man film because of contracts and rights and all that stuff. So what this article is suggesting, how is that possible? Now, again, I'm not in the industry. These things could get worked out, and maybe there's already conversations in order to be able to work that out. But if I'm not mistaken, I remember reading or hearing him in an interview state that. The other thing that is interesting is the next Spider-Man movie, there has to be some ramifications of Kingpin being mayor because it takes place in New York City. And I hope Marvel doesn't do the thing that it has done in the past where they expect you to overlook things that they have said in previous movies and shows and act like it doesn't exist. But I hope they tie that into the story somehow because that's major. His whole anti-superhero task force is a big thing, and we're about to see more of it in season 2 of Daredevil. And they can't just blow past that in the next Spider-Man movie. Then you have the Punisher special coming out, which I'm sure will also show the ramifications of Kingpin being mayor. So the point I'm trying to make is I'm not sure if Marvel can push out the wrap up of this out to 2028. Well, I guess they could, but I just feel like there's so much other things that are happening between then and now where it'll be interesting to see if they're able to tie it all together in the film. Now, if it works out, I'm all in. If they can get the rights and ensure Kingpin is in this, great. That's the other pieces. I heard another rumor that they plan on using season 3 of Daredevil Born Again to wrap up this Kingpin being mayor saga. So I don't know. It is at the end of the day just a rumor, but if it happens, dope, because I would love to see Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Punisher, Spider-Man, Daredevil, all in one film against the Kingpin. I think that would be crazy. But would they involve Echo? Would they involve Hawkeye? Interesting. What do you all think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Do me a favor. If you like the content, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe. And hit that little alarm button as well so you can get alerted whenever I post new content. And also, do me a favor, share with other people who you think would like this content as well. We have a big goal of 1,000 subscribers we're trying to get to, and we need your help. Appreciate it. Till the next one. Peace.